When did you get here? How did you arrive? You remember the time when you
Peace, peace, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of Get Your Mind Right with Kool. Got an extremely special guest today, Mr. DeBron, DB Betts. Me and DeBron, I call him DB. We go back 20 plus years. He's an extremely influential person. I've watched his growth in so many ways become extremely successful. So let's give a big round of applause to Mr. DeBron, DB Betts, DB Entertainment. Embrace the movement. How y'all feel out there?
DB Entertainment came in submitted 20-year plus, and we still the same, man. You been rocking with and a little bit consistent.
DB
Shout
Entertainment.
out to Kool with my intro song.
Facts. You already know, man. Sharing how you got your mind right. Sharing on how you stayed motivated. Sharing on how you stayed dedicated. Sharing on how you kept it moving and doing what you had to do, man. I want to thank you, first of all. I want to thank you personally for doing business with Kool over many years, man. You bought many cars from me for yourself, for your kids, for other family members. You referred so many. I can't even count it, man. I wanted to thank you personally, man. Mm-hmm. And out of all the cars that you purchased from me, which one is your favorite car that you got from me?
I haven't bought it yet.
Which one would that be, my G?
I've bought many cars from you.
Yeah.
I think the biggest one with my growth and learning was the Bentley. Learning, you taught me how to get that level of finance done, understanding that process, and it's really helped my credit out a lot with the jumbo loan that you taught me about.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes.
I've always been a sponge. Like, I try to put people around me that are professionals in what they do. So, and they teach me how to set myself up for the next step, a phase of life. So I appreciate you for helping me out. So when you asked me to come on the podcast and you talking about giving me my flowers, I was like, I'm gonna do something a little different. As you're giving me my flowers, I'm gonna be giving you your flowers. So be ready throughout the whole podcast. You
Hey,
know, because we go way back. We got a lot to talk about.
got a lot to talk about, man. Our city and the world, who you are. You know, some people only know you as DB. Some people only know you as being Kickbacks or Newport on the Levee or The Mix or way before that. But I've been fortunate enough to know you outside of that perspective, to know how talented you are in so many different arenas, from playing sports. You were a football player coming up, right? Let's talk about that a little bit. Where'd you play football at?
Started Little Red Machine. Let's go back. Little Red Machine. And
Let's
to
go.
Sycamore, to junior high, then Withrow. Then I do have a college degree from Wittenberg University. So I've been a Tiger, you know, Withrow Tigers, Wittenberg University Tiger. And then was pretty good at it, all state. Became a captain at Wittenberg. So the football side, I've always been an athlete, always been in the weight room. So it kind of gave me my discipline in life.
Yes, I got to give you some clapping on that. We're gonna have a round of applause.
Okay.
Some people think in order to be great that you had to have made it to the NFL, or did you have to make it, have a college degree and so forth like that. But I also think that when you work with others as family, as a father, as a friend, that shows growth and deserves its recognition as well.
Well, I was a father young, so I had responsibilities very young that it made me grow up. I have three beautiful children. I had one child, some, you know, things people don't know about me. I had a child that passed away when I was 17 years old from spinal meningitis, and it kind of shook me, but I was trying to be strong from the mother of my child at that time. So then my other child was born, and I had to be responsible for that child, and then my other two came. So I had to grow up really fast. and managing that as a teenager, and it was a scary time for me, mentally, physically, and financially. But I just had to man up and said that I wanted to stop a cycle and be a role model to my kids and learn how to be a father to my daughter. My sons were a little easier because they're boys, but my daughter I had to really learn, and I give shout outs to their her mom and for helping me understand how to be a better father to her. Coaching me and saying, sometimes you just gotta just take her out, and because I don't, what do you do with a girl?
Right.
For a while there, I thought she was just using me to get her nails done and a free meal. But always keep that door open for your children, especially your daughter.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Father of two daughters myself
Hmm.
and a granddaughter. So, we are our girl dads, and I want to show your growth. So
Hmm.
we just hit on fatherhood. Um, when did you get into the business aspect of DB?
Okay, so I've always been popular. So I started throwing parties my junior year of high school. I did a house party at a friend's house in Madisonville, and we said it was just going to be some couple friends over, right? It turned out to fill up the whole block full of people. And I was like, you
Hmm.
know what? And I charged, like $5, $10 back then. And I caught the fever. I had the kicker box out my trunk inside as hooked up to the stereo system. And then I ended up doing our graduation party with her at St. Mark's, right there in Evanston. And it just took off from there. So that's when I started throwing parties.
Okay.
And I just kept it rolling from there. And then it started to become parties on holidays.
Hmm.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July became that. At the same time, coming out of college, I tried the corporate world. So as I began to move up that, I was a probation officer in Springfield, Ohio, where I went to college at Wittenberg, and I did that. But then it was a glass ceiling there as far as salary was concerned. So it was one chief PO. In order to get her job, she had to like step down or pass away or whatever. And then, no disrespect, she wasn't making the kind of money that I wanted to make to get there. So I had to pivot, and I came home and started working for Enterprise Rent a Car and long hours. And then I saw how the corporate world began to work. They give you C players and tell you to manage them, but want you responsible for them, but they gave them to you
Right.
type
Right.
situation,
Right.
right?
Right. Right.
So I started seeing that, and I left there in 99, 2000. I haven't had a job since 2000.
Mm.
So this translates into what we're saying, Cool Ken. I had to grow up and take care of my kids in myself. So every morning I woke up looking for my next dollar when I left there. So I had some good friends and good clients that I had met along the way, and they wanted to hire me, but I respected their time too much to have them train me if I wasn't ready to go back into the workforce. And I
Right.
wasn't. So I just took some time, and I was doing my promoting on the side, which kind of kept me afloat until I decided what I wanted to do. And
Yeah.
then that's when I began to open up clubs and then later on into real estate. So that's how I transitioned into DB Entertainment when I left corporate America back in 2000.
I like to share this about you because I don't know if you share it much, but it shows your versatility. Um, when I met you, you were doing the parties, and I knew you had to hook up on flyers, but you were the flyer guy for me.
Hmm.
So you did my
Hmm.
flyers, my business cards, and all that stuff. How did you even get started with that?
Okay, great question. So I was throwing parties, so I was using a guy to make my flyers.
Hmm.
So when I left my job, I was looking for things to do. So I told him, just let me come and you teach me the craft. So
Hmm.
what I did was he would make them and I would do all the revisions for him. And that's how I learned how to do the programs.
Hmm.
Okay, doing the revisions and that type sort of thing. And I wanted to save money on making flyers. So I was his delivery guy. And that's kind of how I got into some of these clubs that I was promoting at. They knew me as the delivery guy.
Mm.
So they were able to meet me outside of me coming in trying to throw a party at their venue, I got established a relationship outside of that because I was delivering the flyers to them.
Gotcha.
So then that's how I got in a lot of the clubs that way. So then at the same time learning, that's why I say sometimes monetary you can learn with experience.
Correct.
You know, I wasn't getting paid. I just wanted to learn.
Hmm.
So he kind of taught me how to do that, and then I branched off, and then I learned how to do the press and cut and all that kind of stuff too. So that's how I got into the flyer situation.
I got all my flyers from you. Even when I was in New York City, you were my guy. You know, you're the only one I ever bought flyers from for so many years.
That was before smartphones. I used to run home and check emails for changes. They're like, I need to make some corrections. But hold on, let me go check my email. We didn't have smartphones like that back then.
That was a lot of time. You know what I mean? That took time.
Yeah.
Let's get into the clubs. You know, that's the kind of the next stage, right?
So I was a promoter. So I learned a lot. And I tell people if they're going to open up a business, I was able to learn on other people's dime because I was a promoter and I was able to see what they were doing differently or wrong where they could save money and be more efficient. And then I had the opportunity to buy a club, which was mixed at the time, and which was really one of the first clubs that I had threw a party at back when it was Club Jump.
Okay.
So when I was doing Jump, I was doing Vertigo too. So the owner tried to cut me out of Vertigo with some young boys that I knew from college and threw a party. And they was like, nah, DB, if he ain't rocking with you, we ain't doing. I said, no, 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 take your feelings out of it. We're
Hmm.
gonna let them think you took me out of it. Y'all gonna be the face, and I'm still gonna coach y'all in the background. Let's get this money.
Hmm.
So I had both of those going on at the same time, Vertigo and Jump at the same time. And then I met my partner, Jay Raj, after that, and then we opened up Mix together.
That's what's up.
But we started doing parties first.
Hmm.
Christmas on the rocks, Drinksgiving, all of them, they was on the rocks, most of
Yeah.
them. And we
Yeah.
started doing the holidays like I was saying about earlier. Then we started promoting other clubs like Whiskey Dicks, which turned into to Club 7, and then Jail and then we just started promoting a whole bunch of clubs before we
Hmm.
bought Mix. Bella, yeah, Dream. It was called Dream,
Hmm.
stuff like that. So that's how I got into that. What I did was after I had that foundation, I started using that platform to promote other stuff like my salon, the studio barbershop and beauty salon that I
Hmm.
opened up. I used that to promote that and allow my team to come in and promote themselves on my platforms.
Where did it take you to? Which other businesses were you able to curate from there?
Okay, so the salon was integral part because it was also a ticket location. So
Hmm.
I used it as a ticket location for other people also, which gave us the promo for their events because we were selling the tickets where they did radio commercials at the time. We were doing radio back then, and it brought traffic through. So then when I started getting into the real estate side of things, I used that to springboard for advertising and marketing then, and then my daycare opened up also. So I want all facets of my life to be interchangeable where I could promote each of them at each spot. I
Correct.
started my daycare with one of my salon stylists. She had a couple kids, so I started my home daycare, which now I have an actual facility. But it started with a home daycare, which my mother ran in one of my houses. So she lived in one part of the house, and she only had to walk down 12 steps a day. She didn't have to go out in any elements or anything to run that daycare. So that's how I started with the daycare.
Mm. I like how you were able to incorporate the business aspect. So you mentioned clubs, you
Hmm.
mentioned daycare, you mentioned salon, you mentioned real estate. Let's talk about the real estate.
Okay, so same person that I kind of started the daycare for, she needed a place to stay. So I put her in one of my houses that I had, which was a multifamily. And she came to me one day and said, DB, I need a bigger spot. So she was such a great friend and a great tenant. This is when the market kind of crashed. So I went out and bought a house and remodeled it for her. And that's how I got started into the real estate game on that aspect of it. So in the home with the multifamily my mom lived in, it was the home daycare. And then at the same time, I started a Liberty Tax with my best friend. So we had a tax business, Liberty Tax on Queen City and Harrison. That was ours. So that's how we transitioned to that also. And then we started doing taxes for all my team as being a perk. So I wanted to create a corporation with a bunch of perks. I could
Right.
find you a place to live. I could watch your kids. I could do your taxes. I
Yeah.
could place for you to party. You get
Right.
discounts. So I was creating my own corporation within itself with perks. You know, when you have a job, you might have a gas card or a company car like yourself or any. So I created my own perks within my own corporation.
Hmm. Um, and that's what a lot of people love about you, because you now own and operate Kickbacks now.
We're going on 10 years.
10 years. And that
Hmm.
time has flown by. Um, it's a family environment. Like, everybody knows everybody. You come in and you run your business. It's not the average club or bar, right? Because of the customer service. Tell me where you got that from.
I just like to try to treat my customers like I want to be treated.
Hmm.
And I've asked people what makes it different. And I can tell you on many, many occasions. And one person that told me this, RIPK Riley, he said, bro, people are not standing on one side of the room, looking at the other side of the room, at the other neighborhoods. Everybody is mingling. And he's the one that kind of planted that in my head. That is one of the differences. And then other people started telling me that too, because everybody speaks you all, but it starts with the culture.
Correct.
When nobody, you know, you're a part of it, nobody can come in and just be sitting there by themselves without somebody speaking to them. If
Correct.
you bump into somebody, say, my fault, my bad, you set the tone, you set the culture. We call it the house party. It's like the black cheers.
Right. It is. It really is. Everybody knows everybody. And like you said, we meet and greet everybody. We say hello to everybody that comes in. I'm going to thank you again because you've allowed me to be a part of Kickbacks. I love being a part of Kickbacks. So
We
I get.
appreciate you, Cool Ken. Like without even asking, you promote us, and vice versa. You know, that's why people are asking me how you got on the screens. You know what I'm saying? And saying your name and oh, hold on. It's ironic you just said that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The shirts, yeah. So that's from Cool Ken. Big shout out to Kenny P. Kenny P does all of my shirts. You know, even like every shirt, every piece of merch that I have is directly from Kenny P at On One Apparel. So, excuse me. Um, Big shout out to Kenny P. He's allowed me to be a part of that business as well. What else you got in your bag?
You know, just the real estate side, I have a couple commercial properties, residential, and which I found that has opened up a lot of doors. All the doors that they've closed on us, I try to buy the building, they can't tell us no.
Exactly.
Even with my kids in sports, I always told them, make it so the coach can't tell you no, you can't play.
Hmm.
Even when I went to college, you know, in high school, I was pretty successful. And then you go to college, you start at the bottom of the depth chart and you want to try to
Hmm.
put somebody in front of me. I'm just going to do him so bad you can't tell me no. Like you can't start him over me. It's not. I'm gonna make it so you can't tell me no. So even in the real estate aspect, when I was trying to get venues, people were telling me no or didn't want us in there. I'm like, what? Now you can't tell me I can't do a party at Kickbacks. You can't tell me I couldn't do a
Facts.
party at Mix. You can't tell me I couldn't do a party at Newport because I owned it.
Right. So what was the turning point that changed your life when you look back? What do you think was the turning point that changed your life?
Survival, trying to grow, trying to have a certain lifestyle, not wanting to have to work for the rest of my life. In order to do that, you have to have money term when you're not working. I'm sitting here talking to you, Cool Ken. So, and at the same time, my business is going to open up. It's the beginning of the month coming up. The rents are going to come in. So I wanted to make daily, weekly, and monthly revenue.
Right.
So daily were the flyers back then.
Mm-hmm.
Weekly was the them paying me at the salon, their booth rent, and monthly were my rents coming in from my properties. Some of, you know what I'm saying? So in order to feel productive, because I'm not going into a 9 to 5, I still had to have things that made me feel productive. Because if I don't feel productive, I feel lost. So as I've gotten older, I realized productive isn't always using your hands, because you're not going to always be able to do physical labor. So you have to put things in place that can turn, so you're not so physical in life.
It's called residual income right there. It keeps moving when you ain't got to move. Um,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want you to give me some insight on things that people don't know about, things that you may not have shared before with everybody. What are some sacrifices that you've had to overcome or go through?
So people don't understand, in the entertainment business, everybody's holidays and weekends are my work days. So I spent years without taking any vacations, Ron.
Hmm.
Those are my money days. Holidays or busy days or weekends. I very rarely travel on the weekends.
Facts.
you know, Luckily I was able to take a trip last weekend because I was confident in my team, but at the same time, people come to support me, so I try to be there so I can
Hmm.
thank them and shake their hand or give them a hug. Those are sacrifices.
Right.
Leaving my family on a holiday after dinner and got to get ready to go to the club. You
Right.
know, those are sacrifices, man. When everybody else is getting paid but me as being the owner, those are
Facts.
sacrifices.
Yeah.
Having to put back into the business, those are sacrifices. Trying to get people to understand, I got to keep my head down like track. You coach track. You got to
Hmm.
keep your head down till you can come up, bro. You
Facts.
got to keep it down. You come out them blocks, you got to keep your head down. So people don't understand. Why do you? I just had a meeting with my team. No shade to anybody. There's been over 26 bars and clubs that have closed in the past 2 years, and some of them didn't even make 2 years, and some of them are my brothers. And then DB, I understand now. So and a lot of times those things don't cost anybody money but the owner. When
Right.
people tear up stuff or break something or waste, somebody make a spill in the bar cooking, what they do, go grab a handful of napkins,
Yeah. No, napkins cost money.
or a bartender puts 2 3 straws in a cup or knock cups over, or you go in the bathroom and toilet paper, like, people don't open, um they got the air going out the door, they standing with the door open. You don't do that at your house.
Right. Right. Hey, I apologize for you wiping up stuff with the napkin sometimes. I'm guilty of that.
We have rags for that. We have
I'm
rags.
guilty. I don't have no rags. I just get. I be trying to help out. You know what I'm saying?
Even McDonald's charge you for extra cups and sauces, and because it adds up. UDF, you can't go get a cup of ice for free at
Facts.
UDF.
Facts.
It's a reason for that, and I tell people all the time. Just imagine people coming to your house just using your spot, the wear and tear on a spot people don't think about. It's constant up.
What's the biggest setback that you've had that you had to come back from?
Okay, I had a guy that was stealing from me really, really bad about 2 years ago.
Hmm.
He was stealing liquor from me. When it was being delivered, he would come in and act like he was taking the trash out, but he's actually taking cases of liquor out on me when we were closed.
Hmm.
And it took me a while to catch it. So
Hmm.
in the meantime, when we talk about sacrifices, I still had to provide liquor and couldn't figure out where it was going. I
Hmm.
couldn't tell my team we don't have no liquor because he found a hole in the operation. So if you understand, he acted like he was taking empty boxes out to the
Hmm.
dumpster,
Hmm.
but it had liquor in it.
Hmm.
So you got to realize, like, a case of liquor for me that might cost me $500-600 could make me $2,000. So that was a major, major setback for me in the bar industry. Other setbacks, I've been blessed. I haven't had too many. All my real estate Deals have gone through okay.
Mm-hmm.
My houses don't sit on the market long. I got two about to hit the market next week. I've
Mm-hmm.
been blessed, but I put in the work to accept my blessings.
Right. Mm-mm-mm. Um, you know, so we work together every Thursday at Kickbacks. We can give shout out to Kickbacks again. Um, I've always noticed is that you're always there. You know what I mean? You're always helping. You're hands on. You come in and get the audio, the sound right. You
Well, by
check.
the way, last night was perfect. I did a great job. Last night was
Thank you, sir.
perfect.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Perfect.
sir. Thank you, sir. We want to big shout out to DJ Cannon. You know, we want to get set up and have it to
Hold
where
on.
you.
And DJ Cannon is my son.
That's right.
So I
That's
tell
right.
people all the time, I was LeBron James before LeBron James was LeBron James, meaning playing in the game with their kids.
Right. Instead of LeBron, DeBron.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You
So
feel?
all my kids have worked for me, and two of them still work for me.
Facts. Facts. I see the importance and know the importance of building a relationship within everything that you've done. Um, who are some of the people that help shape you to become the man that you are today?
I would have to give props to my grandfather.
Mm,
Reverend Artie Brown Jr. was very, very influential in the community, but for me, he really instilled things on how to be a man, how to run a household, how to be respected. And like some people misunderstood him, but until he was an influence in their life and then they began to understand him. A lot of people are misunderstood, like myself.
yeah.
Like I'll have somebody who worked for me, or and they go somewhere else and they always most time come back like, DB, I get it now. Or they open up their own business and they're like, DB, I get it now. So you come from sports too, and we have to be honest with people, and some people are not ready for honesty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you tell somebody they're not ready to run this leg in the relay, or they're not ready to go wrestle at this level, you need to be honest with them. Like when my sons or my kids play ball, I don't want you to be the best of the worst. I owe it to tell you, like, put you in that fire.
Right. Right. Right.
But too many people be caught up in their emotions. You can't be honest. So I try to create a world where I can just be straight and honest. That's why I enjoy being an entrepreneur. I can build my own team, Cool Ken.
Facts.
I can build my own team.
Good teams. Great teams.
Yeah, like they handle the way I manage and they understand it. So new people come in, they be like, baby, once you set the culture like we talked about, we don't do that here. Once you set it, they're going to keep the culture. We don't do that here. Then if it gets to me, it's a problem. Just like a relay, I used to tell Justin all the time, if you're going to nationals and somebody not pulling their leg, you gonna let them run that leg? Hecky nah. Then why
Right.
would I have let somebody on my team not pull their leg?
Right. Man, I wanted to do this show with you because I wanted people to see the man that you've become. You know, your fight, your sacrifice, everything that got you to where you are today, and show them what the journey actually looked like. Um, what's the first thing you want people to remember about DB, DeBron Betts?
Consistent, discipline, gave back like the talented 10th as you get into a certain place. And I'm not even where I want to be in life, but I had to learn that we motivate and influence other people and don't even know it. So
Mm-hmm.
also receiving my blessings and took care of my kids and the people around me.
Yeah, that's dope.
The team, take care of my team. I tell people all the time not to be boasting or brag, but who's not winning around me? Who's
Facts.
not winning?
Facts. I want to thank you for taking the time out to sit down with Kool Ken. But you have to tell the people. If you had to encourage them, one person, talk to one person, tell them what they need to do to get their mind right.
Same thing I want them to remember me for. Be disciplined, be consistent, have a vision. It's like a haircut. people don't see it to the end. In the middle of a haircut, it looks, you know what I'm saying? As long as you have a vision, follow your vision, put that work in, be able to see it to the end. I used to tell my kids all the time, you might see a guy that's out shadow boxing running, right?
Mm-hmm.
They be like, might laugh at him, whatever. But then when he becomes heavyweight champion in the world, what they say, that's my bro. I knew he was going to. That's how it was for me when I was handing out flyers
Yeah. Yeah.
back in the day. They were like, they working you so hard. I'm like, yeah. Then they come and see him at the door collecting the money.
Facts. Facts.
You cannot be afraid to get your hands dirty. You can't be afraid to be in the fire. There's nothing that I would ask my staff to do that I can't do or that I wouldn't do
Right.
or I haven't done. So now I'm at the point where I have people around me that are good at what they do.
Yeah.
I'm good. I stay in my lane. I hire people to stay do what they do. Just like I said earlier, I have professionals around me that
Facts.
help me.
Facts.
You see how it all comes full circle?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to
Yes,
do
sir.
what you do, Kool Ken. You're the professional at that. I rely on you to guide me in those ways in that area.
Doubt, man, and that's why we love you, man. That's why I love you. You always kept it 100. We've been brothers for many years now. Let the people know where they can
And vice
find you
versa,
at.
bro. People don't even understand. I'm not gonna go too deep in it because I'm gonna do an interview with on your show with you. People don't
Mhm.
even know all your talents, bro. People don't even know you're a silent killer in many, many
Hey,
ways. So
hey, hey.
you've taught me a lot of patience. You've taught me how to just sit back and observe. You've taught me how to be cool.
Yeah. Hey, man. Again, there's nothing but love and respect for you, your family, man. And it's great to be a part of your journey. It's been great to be able to watch you grow because it's inspirational for me. I'm not where I want to be yet either. I still got a lot to grow. I still have a lot of great things coming. And yeah, I just can't wait to share everything with the world. And we're going to be right there together sharing. Let the people know where they can find you at.
Kickbacks Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. DB Entertainment on social media. Um, Yeah, just if you like, most time people want to talk to me, I make them come to Kickbacks.
There it
Pull up.
is. Likewise, they see me at, BMW Cincinnati North. That's where I'm at, or Kickbacks. And now you can catch me every Wednesday right here on Get Your Mind Right podcast with Kool Ken. So DB, again, thank you again.
Embrace the movement.
DB Entertainment
Empire is growing.
is growing, man.
What my taglines are: embrace the movement, and the empire is growing. Right.
Yep.
My building on Reading and Section is the Empire Building, where Yakitori is.
Word. Oh, that's your building? I didn't know that. Man.
Me and my partner Drico own that building where
That,
Yakitori is.
that's what's
Well,
up.
what color is it, Kool Ken?
It is black. I did know. I drove past it the other
We're
day.
gonna paint the city black.
Black. Kickbacks is black.
My building up the street from Kickbacks, next to Frisch's, like
Yeah.
paint the city black, man. My house is black.
Yeah. Hey, let's go, bro.
So when you start connecting the dots, I've been working on this for years. So when I
Years.
tell people have a plan, have a vision, and the people that are close to me really understand, it's pieces to the puzzle all the time. Adding pieces, good pieces to the puzzle.
I can't thank you enough for allowing me to be a part of the movement, and to be able to witness it, you know, with VIP seats. You know what I'm saying? I'm right there watching the show, man. And it's great to see. I will see you next Thursday. DB Entertainment.
Yeah, with
We found
family.
DB Entertainment. Hey, that's his own 15 Productions creation right there. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you, Kool Ken, man.
You already know.
I want to
Thank you.
say this before I get off. A lot of
Okay.
people have asked me to come on their podcast, and I told them like I'll come on it once it grows.
Yeah.
That way it's mutually beneficial and people are gonna see it.
Correct.
But you called me without any hesitation, bro, and I had to. You see, I put in my calendar. Let's do it.
You did. You did.
Because you do that for me. You keep your word with me. You say you're having a listening party, and I say I'm coming. I'm coming, right?
You did. Yeah. Yeah. Never once missed, man. And like I said, you've always been supportive. It's been years. We support each other. My schedule was packed, but I'm gonna make time to make it for you. So we're gonna get up out of here again. Let them know where to catch you at again.
DB Entertainment, Kickbacks, pretty much. That's where you can find me at. We'll be there. We're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Come get you some good food. If you need a house, I got 2 houses hitting the market in next week. Pretty much anything you need, I know someone that can do it.
There it is. Your host, Kool Ken, for DB Entertainment. Embrace the move. Y'all, you find me at Kickbacks on Thursday nights. You heard me? At Kool Ken Z15. Get your mind right with Kool Ken podcast. DB Entertainment, embrace the movement.
Embrace the movement. Everybody kick back.
Everybody kick back, man. Embrace the movement. The movement continues. Peace.
Peace.
When did you get here? How did you arrive? You remember the time when you dead or alive? Is it your born day or the day that you died? Are you happy or sad? What's the reason you cried? Do you show your emotions or keep them inside? Let it all build up and you calling it pride. Not afraid to do wrong, always ready to ride. Always contradicting, never steady, you fried. Can you just close your eyes but open your mind? Whether you're waiting in line or doing some time, just listen. No need to chime, I'm giving you knowledge, not dropping a dime. Wanna give you the jewels, to use them as tools. Wanna see you move forward and see you improve. Pull you out of the dark and into the light. Stand tall and be ready to fight. Get your mind right, time flies, stop wasting your time. I'm going for mine to the end of the line. Never said it was easy, but steady I climb. Staying focused in the limelight. Get your mind right, time flies, stop wasting your time. I'm going for mine to the end of the line. Never said it was easy, but steady I climb. Staying focused in the limelight. Get your mind right, what makes you listen? All you